Oh, here. Have you got the new Call of Battle Infinite Adventure? Oh, absolutely, sir. And a wonderful choice. Just over here. Excellent. Hang on. Whoa. That's a bit of a typo. I'm sorry, sir? The price? Clearly a typo. Oh, no, sir. £799. You gotta be joking. Oh, no, sir. I never joke about prices, especially such an introductory offer as this. An offer? That's more than my council tax doubled. What are you on about? Wait, is this bundled with a console? Or does it come with a car or something? I don't quite grasp sir's humour, but no, not quite. But if you buy two, I'll throw in a receipt for free. Oh, come on now. Look this one. Farm Sim 2025 for £499. What do the sheep do? Taxes? Not that I have any money left. Oh, sir, the sheep are very advanced this year. They can now knit their own jumpers and critique the weather. At the risk of being baffled further, could you just see... Have you got any bargains or anything normal? Like a price that isn't absolutely hat stand insane? Of course, sir. Our pre-owned section just over here. My personal choice up here on the wall, Monopoly Digital Edition, for a mere £199. Comes with missing instructions and a slightly wonky top hat. Right, I suppose at these prices you probably don't accept loose change or a bag of crisps as payment or something equally ridiculous. Not unless they're ready onions, sir. But if you like, I can set you up with our 5-year payment plan. There's no interest because there's no hope. Yeah, don't worry about that. I think I'll just go up the road to game. Oh, sir, it's funny. We undercut them by a good 10%.
My name is Dan.
And my name is also Dan.
And welcome back to the Dan the Gamesman podcast, your fortnightly gaming podcast. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the price of gaming and answering the question, is gaming today too expensive?
I'm not going to blow my load on that one and answer right now.
But first of all, we're going to start with what we have been playing this past fortnight.
Things I've been playing. Well, new ones on my list is The Alters. I've been giving that a go.
Oh, that's on Gamespass, which we're going to be talking about a lot this episode, if you haven't guessed already. And yeah, that's definitely on my radar. How is it?
It's interesting. I've not gotten too far into it yet, and it's kind of scratching a fun itch of, the sort of resource gathering and crafting sort of vibe I like in some games. Yeah. However, I would like a little less talking about making pierogies and whatnot, because we used to make these pierogies. Pierogies. I don't care. That's not what I want in my sci-fi game.
For anyone who hasn't played it, it's about somebody who essentially crashes on a planet and can make clone versions of themselves from alternate universes. Am I correct?
Yeah, basically you get to go on this special computer. I think they call it the Womb, which is lovely.
That's creepy for a start.
And you can find basically nexus points in your life and make different choices, and then the person ends up having, a different career path and have different skills, be better at different things. So you can make an entire staff with versions of the same dude, but with, different
That's the dream, really, isn't it?
Pretty much. Although if I had more of me, I think that would be bad for everybody.
I think I could finally be happy if I had a staff that was just me.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, that's definitely on my... So, other than the pierogies, enjoying it?
Fun. Yeah, it's very fun atmospherically. It's cool having a giant base which is just a wheel that poodles around. That's quite fun. Yeah. Would recommend giving it a go.
So I've also, since the last podcast, I finished Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty.
Sweet.
Which kind of left me... It's a weird one. I thoroughly enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But so the game's been out just over 2 years now, so I'm going to go into some soft spoilers. So if you don't want to hear spoilers for a game... Do you want to hear, actually?
Yeah.
So, skip forward about a minute if you don't want to hear spoilers for the end of Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. I'm going to say it right now. Spoilers ahead. Basically, at the end, about halfway through the game, you have to pick who you're going to align with. The US government and an agent who's played by Idris Elba, or Songbird, who's basically being used by the American government to kind of hack into the darknet.
Okay.
And basically, she's seemingly got the same thing that V's got that's killing him, because they've got so much cybernetics and mess with the internet so much.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially halfway through you have to pick who to go with, and I had to go with Johnny Silverhand, because he's basically like, yeah, fudge the government. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Put it to the man. And like Johnny Silverhand's like, basically, if you go with them, you're a sellout. And I was like, do you know what? I agree. The president's pretty dodgy. And the president's pretty dodgy in Cyberpunk 2077. And basically, I decided to go with Songbird. And then kind of I've always given the second half of the DLC, more like the last third, basically, you're with her and basically trying to get her safe, because she's going to get the cure for both of you.
Cool.
And then you go to a new area of Night City, which is super cool. Because I don't know, did you play much Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, I mainly use it as faff about simulator and just...
Yeah, so there's a border where you go to. It's literally a border patrol. And if you went past it before, you got shot.
Ah.
Again, fairly similar to ordinary life. But now you can drive to the spaceport, which is where basically you're trying to take Songbird to take it to the moon.
Okay.
Which I think is neutral. I don't think the moon's controlled by anyone. Much like the real one. And basically there's a really cool... Most of the missions in this Phantom Liberty are super long, like good 2-3 hour long missions, which kind of like have weird seg points, like kind of
nice.
Big points between, but they're basically longer missions. And essentially the last mission you're trying to get through the airport, which, if you can imagine, they turn off all your cybernetics as soon as you get into the airport, and you can't have a gun in the airport.
Icky.
So there's actually some forced stealth sections. Essentially, you get kidnapped. It sets up this massive, big, really cool... I don't want to spoil too much, but there's some really good stuff in the... But basically, right at the end, you essentially have the agent whose name I forgot, played by Idris Elba, who stood in front of you, and basically you have Songbird and you're trying to carry her into a space shuttle. It's like, take her up to the moon. He's like, basically, hand her over or I'll kill you.
Oh.
And I'm like... Or you can basically turn her in or turn on him, so I shot him in the head.
Well, yeah.
And then basically you put her... So you've then turned on him, who you work with, and kind of develop a soft friendship in the first part of the game, but you'd always tell it's like to an end.
Yeah.
And then essentially you put her in... You find out very near the end she has no cure for you.
Oh.
So you're like, oh great, so V's still probably going to die. And she's just... Basically, you kind of realise that everyone's been a bit of a snake the entire DLC. Everyone's lied. Nothing has been sorted. Nothing has been wrapped up.
Oh.
Everything's just kind of terrible. Everyone V's ever met has kind of double-crossed him, screwed him over, or just lied to him. And then basically at the end of the game, you're like, yeah, I told Johnny Silverhand's like, yeah, I told you can't trust anyone. You're like, yeah. And then basically one of the options is just like, F off, Johnny. You're like, oh, that's how it ends. You're like, well, everything sucks. Everyone's terrible.
Getting a bit.
And I was like, oh, well, that was that. I left a bit of a sour taste, but then I also jumped into another game which has been added to Games Pass very recently, which is Hogwarts Legacy.
Ah. Fair.
Because my wife was playing Hogwarts Legacy before on the PlayStation 5. I'm now playing the Xbox. She really wanted me to jump into it. I saw her playing a bit of it. It did look really fun. Mm-hmm. It's essentially like a large area of Hogwarts and Hogsmeade and like the surrounding area, like, you know, the lakes. And I think I'm only about 2 or 3 hours in, so I haven't really got to explore much outside of Hogwarts. But yeah, it kind of, for lack of a better term, it has that magical feel.
That's cool, man.
Like, it does feel like... You know how Bully, when it's just like a whole school?
Yeah.
Or Canem, Edit, whatever it's called. Everyone calls it Bully anyway. It's even Bully on the 360.
Yeah.
It's basically like that, but in Hogwarts, you have magic. It's pretty cool. I'm only just scratching the surface out, but yeah, really enjoying it. It's a very good looking game. It definitely has all the feel of kind of... the Harry Potter universe as such, just about like the kind of negative connotations of... the author, which I'm not going to get into the politics of here. But yeah, I'm quite happy to be able to play it through Games Pass. But is there anything else you've been playing?
So I've slipped back into Expedition 33, and true to my usual style of doing things, I've been trying to clean up the map a bit. And I think the area I'm doing probably is meant to be end game once I get the Pictos that lets me do like more than capped damage.
Have you still not got that?
Nope.
That's surprising you haven't found that yet. I feel like you may have missed it.
I thought you had...
I feel like it's not that late in the game. I might be wrong. It's been a while since I finished it.
Yeah, my current thing, if I finally beat the annoying boss I'm fighting at the minute, I'd be intrigued to see the timing on it. Because, you know the Patonk enemies?
Yes.
So I found a chromatic Patonk boss, and it summons regular ones, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Which, in and of itself, not that much of a problem, but obviously they flee after a certain amount of turns.
Yeah.
And any time a little one flees, it heals the big one for like 125,000 points of health. And I'm like, you asshole.
There is definitely some stuff without finishing the game that you could get which would help with that. That's a game we're not going to spoil because we are going to do a spoiler cast in the future which will be pure spoiler. But yeah, I feel like that's probably an after the end of the game enemy.
Probably, because I keep getting it down and I go... Doop, doop, doop.
Yeah, there's some kind of skills later you get which can stop that.
Good.
Like, that's it. It's not that spoiler. It's basically one where basically it casts mirror, so if they heals them, it heals you, and vice versa. I think an enemy uses it on you, and it's really annoying. But yeah, still not at the end.
No, I've been farting around just because it's also fun to just fly around as SGA.
It really is.
Very entertaining.
We got some more Expedition 33 news coming very soon on the podcast.
Yes.
Anything else you've been playing this week?
Yes, I've already forgotten though because my mind is full of holes.
I must admit, I have played many things this week.
Oh yeah. Just because it's been my current sort of background game, getting into the release that's happening tomorrow, it's more Battlefield 2042.
Oh, nice, yeah, because Battlefield 4, releases the day this podcast releases, so you can listen to this in the background of that.
Yeah.
Even though that game sounds like it has a banging soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
It's all like 90s new metal. It's absolutely great. Early 2000s.
Going through buildings that have absolutely obliterated around you while Fred Durst screams something at you.
Sounds perfect.
That's how I wanted to die.
But we'll probably talk about Battlefield as well later in this episode. But yes, you've been hammering 2142.
Yeah, and that's kind of what's been sucking up my time at the minute.
Yeah, that's a good time sync. I can imagine a lot of people are about to lose a lot of time to Battlefield 4.
Yeah, and I've been, because it was triple XP at the weekend.
That does make a difference, really, to be fair.
Yeah, rinsing through that, trying to get as much of the Battle Pass done as I could.
Did you manage to get it?
Not all the way, but most of.
What kind of stuff's unlockable on there, anyway?
So lots of different player card things, emblems, skins and attachments.
There's some pretty cool vehicle skins in there, I think I saw.
Yeah, definitely.
They looked really cool.
I think some weapons that maybe might be sort of released later as different little packs of things, but I don't think are going to be...
won't be like base games straight away.
Yeah.
Because they've actually already released a roadmap for Battlefield 4, haven't they?
Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah, it looks really good. But there's a reason I won't be picking it up day one, which we'll talk about again later in the episode. There's a lot of foreshadowing in this episode, and I do think it's going to be quite an angry episode. So is that it for you for the week?
Yes.
So I have been gaming quite a lot this week. So like I said, I finished Cyberpunk 2077. Nice. I started Hogwarts Legacy on Xbox Gamespass. Every morning at the moment, I have the exact same routine. I essentially get up, I kiss my wife, I go downstairs, I feed the pets, I make myself a cup of coffee in this cup. I sit here and I play at least an hour of Deep Rock Galactic Survivors.
Surprise me. Excellent.
It's just... Every morning I like to start my day with some games. Yeah, start your day the right way. More often than not, it will be Pokemon TCGP.
Yeah.
Sit there, open my packs, bits like that. But now I'm also doing that, but I'll just come in here, have a couple of rounds on Deep Rock Galactic Survivors. It's really not a very catchy name, is it?
It's a big old mouthful.
Because it's just a roguelike for those who haven't played it yet. Play it. It's on Games Pass, essentially a Diablo-esque dungeon crawler with like rogue like elements where you basically do a run, you mine upgrade materials. We talked about it so much in the last episode. I'm going to talk about it later. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's really good. So I've been starting my day with at least an hour of that every single day. And also, I have jumped into one of my games of shame, which we've talked about on the podcast before. Now, last time on the podcast, we set up our games of shame for this time.
Yes, we did.
We will talk about why you haven't played yours later.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Whoa. How have you been finding that?
Oh, it's... bleep, bleep, bleep. It's very, very annoying. But it has that thing of if you die, it's your fault.
Okay.
It's not unfair. The controls are tight. It's easily the best Castlevania game I've played.
Okay, it's not needlessly hard or janky.
It's not needlessly hard. The controls are perfect. The only thing I do find is funny is that the person you play as Alucard, I'm going to have to check so I don't want any like hardcore Castlevania fan because I can't keep track of Alucard, yeah. So the son of Dracula. I cannot keep track of the Castlevania lore because essentially at the start of this game you kill Dracula.
Excellent. And
then you come back and it's his sons who wants to destroy the castle. Obviously, it's a classic Castlevania game. There's loads of routes, unlockables. You go backwards and forwards. Multiple bosses. The funniest thing is, though, Alucard, because it also has soft RPG elements, because you can pick up enemies' weapons, so you can like have a sword and shield, or you can have like dual swords. I think you get magic later on. I have not got far into it because it is absolutely nails. But the funniest thing is, Alucard's strongest attack is just smacking stuff. Like, there's so many fun bosses. I'm like absolutely minced by just running up to them and just literally beating the proverbial out of them.
Just the wussy whirlwind.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, the controls are so tight. The music is incredible. Amazing. The kind of pixel art is really, really good. So I am playing it on the PlayStation 4. So PlayStation 5. I'm playing the PlayStation 4 game, which came with that, and Romber of Blood?
What's that yet? Rumba of Blood.
Rumba of Blood. I don't know. It's actually down there, but I don't want to reach over the camera and go whoa, in front of it. It's a limited run release they did a couple of years ago. You can buy it digitally because, again, we'll talk about this later in the episode. That is an incredibly expensive game if you want to buy it on the original hardware. It runs really nice on the PS5. Okay. The cutscenes are absolutely hilarious because they're like PS1.
Are they overacted to hell?
Oh yeah, they are cheesy as a cheese board. Like absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's essentially like what we do in the Shadows levels of vampires. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's very, very hard. The save points are frustratingly far apart.
Glorious. But
you can like level up, and I think it's just basically, it's got that thing where if one boss is really annoying you, you can go a different route.
Okay, I like that.
So like there's this, I don't even think it's a boss. Basically, there's this very, very long corridor, and it has 3 or 4 little enemies. I like boom, 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 and beat them up. Simple enough. Then it has these piranha plants that kind of go like this, and they spit. This is where I nearly lost my cool, and I'm trying to be more mellow in my older age gaming. Mm-hmm. Piranha plants going like this, spitting seeds which turn you to stone. Naturally. Which once you've been hit, you'll turn to stone so you can't move, so then they'll just keep hitting you, and I'm like, that's really annoying. But basically you have to jump, as they go forward to spit, you have to jump and then hit them before they spit as they come forward. It's basically like old school Dark Souls. It's basically exact hit zones, exact timing, perfection or nothing. But it is absolutely got its claws, or should I say its fangs, into me. I am proper addicted to it.
Nice.
But it is slow going. Yeah. I had to look up 1 or 2 guides to make sure I wasn't being stupid. I went to Reddit to see. I was like, why is this first boss so hard? And people were saying this is like an opposite game because you have no skill. Right at the start of the game, you have all the skills for like a very short period, and then death comes and goes, no. And you're like, oh, no, I have no skills. And basically, so the first boss you have to face, you have no upgrades.
Excellent.
So essentially, your character is pretty poo. But then basically, I think it's one of those reverse games where it gets easier the more you play because you power up. Cool. And obviously, being me and being a man, I wasn't going to look at the instructions of how to actually play the game. So I didn't realise how to throw my daggers for a while. Or I sort of know how to do some of the controls. But yeah, absolutely loving it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's just a shame probably more people will not get to play it.
Yes. Yeah, I imagine
Because
there's
of-
quite a barrier to that.
Yeah, a slight £500 barrier, but
What's that
That's
between
still not-
loan sharks?
that's still not everything I've played this week. So last night I went on to... Actually, I was on TikTok yesterday. I think I sent you the link. There is a demo for the new arcade game.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Terrifier side-scrolling beam-up. Have you played it yet?
I haven't yet, no.
Me and my wife sat down and couch co-opted it last night.
How is?
It's incredible. It's really good. If you are a horror fan over the age of 18, I reiterate, over the age of 18, as it is hyper-violent, shockingly.
You surprised me.
So it's basically, if you've played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, side-scrolling beat-em-up game,
Yeah.
incredibly like that. Even down to like the 16-bit pixel art for art, and you can play. There's 4 characters, but you only play as 2 in the demo. There's Art, the girl clown, and the woman whose face gets
Victoria? Is it Victoria?
removed, and I think it's Chris Jericho.
Oh, yeah, because he's one of the asylum guards.
Yeah, he's one of the assigned. I think it's going to be Chris Jericho. I'm not sure, but you can only play as Art and the girl clown in the demo. You get like a full level up to a final boss. So essentially they're making a horror film in the fictitious town, city where it is.
Nice.
And Art's not a fan. I'd skip the storyline. I was like, it's just going to be brutal murder, isn't it? And yes, it is.
Glorious.
So essentially you can just beat people quite normally. Then you have a special attack, which with Art is like spikes come out of the ground and just impale everyone around him. You have finishers, which is one of them with Art is he literally just whacks a gun out and just blows their head off. And it's gory, trust me. Or my favourite one, he gets a horn and goes, ha, and he just blows their head up, which is also incredibly funny. The girl clown has a massive hammer, which once again
Glorious.
bursts their head like a pumpkin, and it's just continuous gore and violence throughout. And if that's what you're there for, it's absolutely fantastic.
Perfect. I feel like something like that really lends itself to the over-the-top comedic gore that it is. Because it's a spectacle film.
In a real throwback, and I think a real kind of ode to Turtles in Time. Sometimes when you smash people's skulls in, an eyeball flies and kind of goes down the TV screen, which is pretty cool. And yeah, there's blood absolutely everywhere. It's drop in, drop out, co-op as well. That's 4 players, so
Excellent.
hint. It's definitely one I'm going to be picking up. The only thing is, because I did send it to you once again, is to go for the standard edition or the collector's edition.
I mean, there's not much between it, is there, price-wise? It's pretty close. Pretty close.
Is it double?
Yeah, I think it's what, $34.99.
It's $34.99, so it is a
Standard.
budget release, which is good.
And the special edition, I want to say 74.
I think it's
Which is a bit. That's quite a lot.
But
of money.
as we're both kind of fans of the Terrifier franchise,
Yes.
it's not a lot of good merch.
No, there's some good pins in it. And
Yeah,
that's
some
about
quite good
it.
shirts, and that's about it.
Yeah, there's, what is it, like a pair of dirty gloves,
Yeah.
which, what?
So
I'll just go to a bus shelter and find them.
so yeah, that's nearly all I've played this week. And then also afterwards, me and my wife were like, that was really fun, but that was like 30 minutes or so. And I was like, Streets of Rage 4, which I had installed on the PS5. And I was like, we've been meaning to sit down and play Streets of Rage 4 for absolute ages. It's probably the best of those kind of side-scrolling beat-em-up games. It's very, very good. You could basically play through the entire game in like 3 or 4 hours. We just whacked on easy and just literally beat the silly out of people. It's such a good game. It's been on my backlog for so long. Like Streets of Rage will always be one of those games I'll just slap on if I want something to play.
Yeah.
Especially on the Mega Drive. Like, what's your favourite Streets of Rage?
I want to say 2, I think.
I always go 2.
Yeah, I like Max. Is it Max?
Is that
the
the
big
guy?
wrestler.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the big wrestler. Yeah, because you got Skates,
Yeah.
who's on Skates.
Yeah.
And is it Axel, just the big dude?
Yeah, Axel and Blaze.
Yeah, I think it's Axel and Blaze who are in 4 as well. I think. Just, again, a game for storyline, we can just kind of let it go. But yeah, a quiet week of gaming. It was actually more I wanted to play, but of course there was never enough time. But yeah, on to some news. I'll let you crack on with some news.
So,
Hopefully it's something that isn't terrible.
some very short piece of news, but a very good bit of news. Online co-op is coming to Vampire Survivors,
Finally.
which is going to be complete, just utter carnage.
So it actually already has local co-op, but
I'd imagine that's got to be a pain with, if you don't want to be in the same area of the screen.
I think you have to be in the same area.
That'd be annoying. But
Which is probably why they're having to mess with the code and stuff to make it fully online.
Yeah, and it'd be good as well. Like, I know you're probably going to split the hordes, but someone might be able to just, kite them around for a bit, and the other person goes, "I'm going to go find the coffins and do all the
Yeah,
stuff."
I think that'd be the kind of thing. Like, you could basically have like somebody who's actually killing everything, and somebody else trying to get the secrets. Because, there's some good secrets, especially like the Castlevania map.
Oh yeah,
Castlevania add-on for that is absolute god tier.
yeah. It's just, you can go on that for so long, and it's also
You can literally only go on it for so long.
well, it's true until you get endless mode.
Yes, which must just get rid.
I've actually, if you've not played Vampire Survivors, it's graphically not particularly challenging.
No.
But I've managed to get it to a point where it actually starts chugging because
On the
amount of
Xbox
things-
Series X, yeah?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's there's so much going on right now. I can barely see my character.
I think it's normally when you get an area of attack, which is just a black hole around you, and enemies just go
Yeah.
dead, 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 dead. You'll just sit there going,
Yeah, you basically just have to slightly wiggle the stick and just move in the ever so slight circle, and it just
to get the things to level up more,
basically you turn into a weed whacker of a person.
and just try not to have a seizure.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah.
I think as well, if you really level up Dracula, he is immune to health drain. So once the Grim Reaper comes up, it's basically trivial. You can just keep killing the Reapers. They're like, why won't you die? It's like, Dracula, mate.
So literally, because I've had it on that before where I couldn't physically die.
Yeah, I just had to quit because I need to go to bed. It's 2 a.m.
I just sat there for 4 hours going, must get more.
Yes. Surely they'll kill me eventually, and just more and more red deaths just kept coming up. It's like, I don't think I'm going to die anytime soon, am I?
Oh, it's such a good game. I'm going to hark back to that one later on as well.
Excellent.
Shall we cover the kind of terrible news?
Yes.
Okay, so in the past fortnight, EA has been sold to Saudi Arabia and Trump's son-in-law for $55 billion. So EA has sold itself to Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and others. So it sold itself to an investor consortium made up of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, Jared Kushner's affiliate partners, and a private equity firm, Silver Lake. An all-cash deal positions EA to accelerate innovation and growth to build the future of entertainment. The investor consortium will take over 100% of EA. They did put the stockholders' price up. But
It feels like there's...
we're going to walk the line a little bit with this one. But I can't see in any way, shape or form how any part of that is going to be good.
No.
Because essentially, at the best case scenario, they're going to weaponize EA, not literally, but weaponize EA's ability to make money from microtransactions and general crap like that.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons I was like, well, you can leave Battlefield 4, because that's probably going to be hit by microtransaction hell.
I reckon so.
I don't know how quick these things will change.
Yeah. If it's something that's already roadmapped and is imminent like that, whether that's kind of locked in and it'll be anything post this. But...
And then you kind of look at it like, right, so if there's a game such as Battlefield 4 is a perfect example for this, there's obviously not going to be anything... I'm pretty sure there's been maps loosely based on Saudi Arabia, like Dubai and places like that, in Battlefield maps before.
Yeah.
I presume we probably just won't see that, or obviously they're not going to have any kind of form of storyline which ever casts any doubt on Saudi Arabia.
Yep. Probably, people complained so much in... Was it... Yeah, it's in Battlefield 5, people were like, oh, these, this robot-armed woman, we hate that. It's like, probably not going to be much in the way of strong female characters in it anymore.
And like obviously having links to the Trumps, there's probably going to be nothing. We're probably best case scenario, we're going to have the safest McFriendly games of all time, where basically will just be America turns up, going America, you know what? Don't want to get a copyright infringement for that, but basically it's just going to be like America versus the world, fireworks going off, an eagle flies by, and terrorists lose, and it's going to be like the most generic. Yeah. That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario, EA have actually been fairly forward thinking with some of the content of their games, with like kind of characters with different genders, different sexualities. They've like actually like even with games like The Sims, you know, you can have trans characters, you can have
I forgot that was them.
Gay characters, you can have same-sex couples, you can have non-binary characters, you can have all that kind of stuff. I kind of wonder if that's going to get affected by.
I'd imagine so.
Like, are we just going to have essentially the Disneyfication of EA?
Yeah. Where
like, I don't know, you get a new M16 rifle sponsored by KFC. And again, that's the best case scenario.
Yeah. I mean, are they just going to sit back and let EA do their normal thing and then reap any benefits? Or are they going to stamp their particular ideals and way of doing things on there? Is it then going to significantly hold back any creative
That's what I worry about, is with creative decisions. It might be like, again, best case scenario, where it's just like FIFA, because that's one, you know, they might just go for the big franchise. You know, FIFA, all the match might be held in some big Saudi Arabian stadium.
Maybe.
You know, you might have, they'll probably double down. I know they said they want to concentrate a lot on the kind of mobile side, which EA has never done well. And also like the monetization. So maybe they'll just double down on like FIFA, Ultimate Team, stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think too many companies kind of, we're going to harp back on this again later, too many companies kind of look at the Fortnite way of doing things, where the game's free, or is it? But yeah, it's definitely an absolute minefield. I think it's not going to be good.
No. Nothing bad can happen, can only good happen.
I just don't think we're not going to get too much into it because, yeah, it's not probably going to be good.
No. I mean, as much as people might want to dispute it sometimes, video games are an art form now. It's, you know, it's a massive area of entertainment and the arts effectively, and that requires you to be able to maybe push the envelope a bit and have creative choices that, you know, are different and are maybe progressive at times. And if you're now bankrolled by people that are still quite antiquated with certain ways of thinking, shall we put it?
And the thing is, with art, it is creative.
Yeah.
If you've just got to go with such straight lines down the middle, if you excuse the pun, it's going to be very difficult to have anything as any form of different. I expect we'll probably just get like the most mediocre period of gaming from EA we've ever seen.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
It's going to be very cookie cutter.
You know, maybe they'll start releasing 2 FIFAs a year.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, probably like, it's none of it's good, but then again, it's EA.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of the main ones I kind of worry with is like how BioWare are like been sucked in by that absolute... I can't think of a word. It's incredibly offensive, but basically, it was just an all-consuming mass EA over the years, wasn't it? And obviously, it's kind of probably just collapsed now under the weight of its own girth, where it just can't financially support itself, so it's had to basically sell off, or just couldn't give up the amount of money it was offered.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think just you're probably going to get even more drivel from EA,
more than likely.
But we'll talk about like the kind of remedy to that later on. Do you have any slightly happier news at all?
Just have to not cry for a minute. Here's a fun one. Unity has been found to have a security vulnerability. Hooray! You know, that very rarely used engine.
Is that the same engine that's used in Battlefield 4?
Hopefully not.
Frostbite.
Yes. So apparently from what they've said, it's not anything that's actually been exploited yet, but it's something that's based on the runtime, which means like any affected device, someone could skim a load of important data off there.
Fun.
But strangely, it has affected... Well, a lot of games have now been taken off for sale at the minute, and microtransactions for certain things have been put on pause, including another blow for the poor damn game, Avowed's Premium Edition. Because
Avowed can't catch a break.
Game is in Unreal something or other, 4 or 5. But the Premium Edition, it has a digital art book in Unity. So that Premium Edition is now on pause because of this security breach within the entire engine.
Going to come back to this later. Digital Deluxe Editions.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah. If I'm going to buy something for an art book, I would like a physical art book, please.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'm just going to Google
Physical
images.
art books.
Yes.
Physical, basically. The theme of this week's podcast is physical.
Like, oh, we're going to give you a digital download for the soundtrack. It's like, I have Spotify.
Yeah, I have ways to do that. If you give me a coloured vinyl, yes, I will pay that money.
Absolutely.
Looking at you, Bioshock 2, that was a beautiful collector's edition.
I feel like really decent collector's editions are kind of dwindling a little bit, probably because everything's too damn expensive, which we'll get to.
Yes.
Yeah, so another one of your favourite topics, which I know will cheer you up. Elon Musk wants to drop an AI-generated game by the end of the year.
I'm sure that will be released through EA.
Yeah, and seeing how most AI engines that get let loose online these days, the game will probably be a roguelike Souls game with far-right sentiment, I can imagine.
Yes, gonna keep this language incredibly clean. Did you see recently when they had the AI Darth Vader in Fortnite? There was nothing that came out of the mouth of that AI abomination where basically they took James L. Jones, they used AI to formulate his voice in a character who was Darth Vader in Fortnite servers, and again, if you are over, don't even look it up. It's basically just racist, homophobic awfulness within 3 hours of that AI being on Fortnite.
Yeah, it looked at the internet and went, I suppose this is how I am then. And I can imagine that's what the game will be like.
But this is kind of where they're at. They're like, AI, it's the future. 3 hours later, the future. It's awful.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. And on the topic of Fortnite, did you see there was some mild controversy because with the Fortnightmare nonsense they've got going on at the minute and the 300 crossovers that happen at once, they have a current boss character and skin that's Doja Cat for some reason. And there was
What's your language of this one?
Yeah. There was a reference to a certain type of
adult toy.
Vibrating toy. And that's fun. So all tweets from Doja Cat and Fortnite based around that have now miraculously disappeared from the internet. But it also raises the question of, why is there a boss character that's Doja Cat?
Also in Fortnite news, they've had to remove one of the character animations of Peacemaker after the episode of Peacemaker which dropped last week dropped, and they realised the implication of it. Which I'm not going to go into spoilers because the final episode of Peacemaker drops tomorrow. But once again, Fortnite does not seem to be able to catch a break in a minute, even though it did have Daft Punk perform a live concert.
That's pretty cool.
Or that might be happening. I don't know.
You can soon, or currently now as part of the event, play as Ghostface and Art the Clown and several other things. I think Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know what Fortnite is anymore. I'm not entirely certain Fortnite does.
Just Skibbity Toilet Riz.
The amount of things...
We're pushing age.
Yeah, it's like when I see things now that are like games that are Italian brain rot, it's like, what?
See, I'm all up for some brain rot, but...
There's some of that, not so much.
Any more news before I get on to big news?
That is my small news done, because anything else ties into the big news.
So I like the fact when I wrote down the news on my phone here, because I have the memory of a goldfish, I was like, above the EA news was Vampire Survivors getting online co-op. Which is bigger news in our world. But as is tradition, it seems on this podcast, the day we recorded the podcast last fortnight, that evening there was a PlayStation Direct. There was also the Tokyo Game Show, where Xbox announced basically jack all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they announced something, but literally not a single was given that day.
Yeah.
But PlayStation Direct, I thought was pretty good.
That was the good stuff.
And I've done my notes as I've gone through. So first game they showed, I was going to say shoe then. It sounds to be really Norfolk. First game they showed was Saros.
I'm very excited for that.
I knew you'd be excited for that one. So because obviously up until this point, we've only seen the cinematic from the start. I was like, ooh, moody orange planet.
Yeah.
And now we've seen much more moody orange planet. But it looks really cool. I've made notes. I've never played Returnal.
It is nails.
Same people who made Returnal, which is a roguelike Souls-esque game with guns.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
And yeah, basically what I wrote is Dark Souls with guns. It looks a lot of dodge, shoot, dodge.
Yes. And if you're a fan of horror, calling back to that, the main character is voice and mocap by Rahul Kohli, who's in so many of the Mike Flanagan Netflix horror shows and is top tier.
Nice. I'm actually quite interested by that one.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
I think the story's quite intriguing.
Mm.
So I think basically, don't you have to do whatever you got to do before the sun explodes?
I think so, yeah. There's like a solar cycle, and then when... something to do with basically like solar radiation. Each time it blows up, it comes back, but a bit different.
Yeah, I think they're going to do I'm sure they're going to do a whole PlayStation Direct on it.
I'd imagine
in the
so.
future. But then after that, we had the first trailer for Zero Parades for Dead Spies.
I skipped over that one because I found Disco Elysium one of the most boring experiences I've ever had playing a game.
My wife played that one. I kind of watched a bit of it and was like, right, this is obviously one of those ones, if you're not grabbed by the story, you're screwed. Yeah, it looks very intriguing. The only thing is, I think a lot of the team that made Disco Elysium have left the studio, so we'll kind of see what happens then.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted a kind of confused old man who doesn't like their job, I'd just go to work.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to go and look in the mirror. And then on the PlayStation Direct, we had Microsoft Flight Sim 2004. I really should have timed that, man. And also Microsoft Flight Sim, not Slim. I don't know what that would be.
That's just you're on a plane with Eminem.
Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Oh, every part of this sentence makes no sense. PlayStation Direct, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, coming soon. Firstly, actually no, just it's 2025. It's Microsoft on an Xbox. Deal with it. Have you played it?
I haven't, but looking at the trailer, it is a lot more than I thought it would be.
It's actually quite interesting. There is a Jurassic Park add-on coming soon, which quite intrigues me. I quite like just flying around. I think I flew from Norwich Airport, which is where we're from, to fly around the general areas. Like, there's my work, there's my house, there's this. I know this road, and it's scary how accurate it is. You can actually quite easily pinpoint your own house on there.
That's fun.
It's pretty cool.
Can we aggressively land a plane on our work?
Sadly, you can't do anything. Basically, when the plane hits, just kind of goes bonk.
I want it to make the horn noise that you did earlier, please.
I think they took a lot of that kind of stuff out very quickly.
I mean, fair, really.
And then, carrying on that theme, we had our first look at the campaign for Battlefield 6.
Ah, yes, which did look fun.
Which looks really good. I think basically that looks like where all the Limp Bizkit's going to be. That's where all the new metal is.
That's going to be some rigid biscuit.
Also, I did see a very small kind of related bit from the multiplayer where somebody was driving a tank and it actually had the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
You know, the Battlefield music, which is obviously taken out of Terminator as well.
Yep.
But it actually plays loudly over the game, which is always my favourite bit when the game's coming to an end and it gets really exciting. But yeah, that looks really cool. Big explosions.
And actually a campaign that might maybe make sense and be engaging.
Yeah. Just definitely, I think it's always a bonus with Battlefield, but I think it'll be really good.
Yes.
Shame it's not co-op, so I think that would make sense.
Yeah,
so I think you're literally playing as a squad of 4 people and you rotate which member of the squad you're playing as. So, that could have been done differently.
It could have just been 2 and 2. You could rotate between 2 guys.
Yeah.
Or just 4-player co-op.
Yeah. But I expect with the amount of physics and explosions going on, all I can ever think of is Talk from Borderlands going, explosion! Then we had our first look at the Deus Ex remake.
They really managed to go from 2000
Remake?
to 2004, and I'm
Really
impressed.
stretching the use of the word remake there, aren't we?
Yeah, it does look better than the OG for sure, but
It's no Resident Evil 2 remake.
no.
It's basically slightly smoothed polygons.
Yeah.
That's about it. Which, to be honest, probably okay with. It's a bit of a pain to run a game like that now.
And to be fair as well, not even to be fair, this is just kind of a callback to almost what we were saying a minute ago. Do you think they have kept the Twin Towers in it? Because didn't it drop just before all of that? And it's a weird thing of people going, oh yeah, they've still got the Twin Towers at the Skyline.
I expect so, and I expect there'll probably be a tiny bit of text at the start.
Probably. Yeah, that would make sense.
Because I think I played a recent remaster of something, and it said at the start, some of the things in this game are representative of the time. I think there was some quite soft. I can't remember what the game was. There was some soft homophobic comments, and they were like of a time. Which, at the end of the day, if you're going to remake a game from the years 2000, you could have some strange words in it that wouldn't be like acceptable today.
Yeah, imagine in 20 years I'll have to have a disclaimer saying what the hell Skibbity Riz is.
It's actually in the dictionary.
Oh, what? Come on.
Yeah, I think I added to the dictionary. Moving on, then we had Halloween the game.
My main gripe about that was it's like, oh wow, this is announced this time of year, and it's like, September next year. Don't
Oh,
tell
I
me
did
that
not
now.
see that.
Yeah, absolute bull.
I feel like, though, why are they making Halloween when we've had Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th's gone? Because I prefer Jason to Michael Myers.
Absolutely. It's
That's about all I've got to say about that, really.
it's weird. And to be fair, in general, I think asymmetric multiplayer kind of needs to go away.
If you're going to play asymmetric multiplayer, you're going to play Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, because you can be so many different Greeblies in
Yeah,
there.
have you seen the new one? I think it's a Japanese, or is it a
Ooh,
Korean?
creepy.
It's nasty. It's like a woman and she like bursts open. It's like all bugs and stuff. It's grim. It's really good.
I like that.
Definitely for like horror season. Yeah, it just feels like any of those games there can only be one, and I feel like Dead by Daylight has absolutely cornered out. You know, it's killed. I presume Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out and died.
Oh, I forgot that was even a thing. Yeah.
And then we had Friday the 13th, which died. Which
That was terrible.
was it?
Like, even on a
Oh,
technical
it has
standpoint.
so much. It has so much like promise though.
Yeah, it was buggier than that.
You could have done
Korean
like
lady's
all
face.
200 Jason films. You could have had like the Freddy versus Jason crossover. You could have had Jason X. You could have gone to space.
That'd been well good with his, for some reason, shiny metal hockey mask.
Yeah, it'd been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it just seems like it's a bit of a step down then going to Halloween. But you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the Halloween franchise.
Which one was it? Because it was like 2000 when it was clearly all of them were insane. Was it a Friday the 13th or Halloween where Busta Rhymes like fights the main dude with kung
Wasn't
fu?
that Jason X?
It may well have been.
I can't remember. I
It was
was
so dumb, but I'd watch that. Like just a whole thing of Busta Rhymes beating the hell out of Jason.
yeah. Don't really know why that game's coming out. But next up we had The Last Epoch.
I think this was another one I looked at and went, it's not for me.
It's like a Diablo-style dungeon crawler with lots of a massive like customization of skills, and they also announced the expansions coming at the same time. I think it's on PC, and I think it's doing really well on PC.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I think they'll bring it to PS5.
Yeah.
And then a trailer for Neo 3. Have you played Neo 1 and 2?
I've played 1. I haven't played 2. It's, it's okay. It's in that realm of, Soulsborne kind of thing. And it's good if you like...
Soulsborne.
Yeah. And also creepy, like, the big style Asian body horror kind of thing. Because, like, that type of horror is... Yeah, it tickles a button in my brain. But it was another one I couldn't quite get on with because it feels like it's trying to be weighty and clunky like Souls, but it's also very flighty and arcadey, and it doesn't have the same
sound like they
depth
mix.
almost.
Yeah.
No.
Would you say it's easier then?
To a degree, yeah. If I'm remembering the right game as well, there is a fun thing about it where when you die on Dark Souls, you can go collect your souls, or when other people die, you can touch their bloodstain and then see, like, maybe how they died. Neo, you die, and then later on, just like an angry version of your dead body's like, I'm gonna mess you up now. It's like, oh no. And just like dead you is running at you like, blah, blah.
Oh, that sounds quite cool, actually.
That is a good aspect of it, to be fair.
I might go back to the first one, and then maybe by 3, I'll be up for it. Then we had another remastered game. Don't really know why they decided to go with Dynasty Warriors 3.
Yeah, an odd one.
I thought it was quite cool that they had the comparison with the PS2 to PS5. That was a really good way. If you're going to do a remastered game, show us how bad it looked and how cool it looks now.
Yes.
That really worked.
Although, to be fair, they did that with Deus Ex and I couldn't tell the difference half the time.
Literally. Literally a screen wipe came across. It went before and after. It's like, what?
Is the after in the room with us?
So that exists.
Yeah, I mean, my favourite Dynasty Warriors ones were the Empires games, but still, like, that one might be worth it at some point.
It's confusing they went straight to 3, even though they'd done like a trilogy or something, or the first one.
Yeah.
And then we had a sequel which I don't think many people ever played. If you did play this game, comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. Exclusive way to watch this video version of this. That was smooth. And that is a sequel to Let It Die. Did you ever play Let It Die? Because I got really into it at one point.
I did, yeah. It was frustrating as all balls, but I liked it.
Me and my mate got really into it for like a good 6 months or so. I think it was only us 3 playing it. Probably me, my mate, and you.
Was Suda 5-1 anything to do with that?
Yes, I think so. So basically it's Let It Die Inferno, which was presented on the PlayStation Direct by Uncle Death, who, in the description underneath of it was the lead producer, and underneath his said just the Grim Reaper. Yeah. It's a, for those who don't know, it's a PvPvE, so player versus environment. And if you die, the thing is with Let It Die, the entire thing was, if you die, you are dead. Your character is dead, all your items are lost, that's it.
Yep. Game over.
And that was the fun part. You could basically, in the first one, you went up a building, higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, got better and better gear. Then essentially you could teleport out at certain levels, wasn't it? Like every 10 you could leave?
Yeah, and like
or push further. And it was always that gamble. And I think they're probably going to do something similar in this one. But this one looks like you kind of dropped into a city, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like a big gaping hole they chuck you down. And then as you go further, it then becomes more like cave and buildings.
Yeah. I'm actually really intrigued. But I think, was it free to play?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of customization. And basically, at the end of the day, there's a skateboarding Grim Reaper with sunglasses.
What more do you want?
What else do you need to sell it to you? Then we went on to a game which I had heard nothing about, but instantly kind of piqued my interest, and that's Crimson Desert.
See, like, I swear that's been in like early access or like teased for so flipping long.
Is it a game that's been coming out for ages? Is it an MMO? Is it the next Skyrim? It looks incredible.
It looks gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. But yeah, I feel like it's been threatening for quite a while.
Is it one of those games that's just coming out for like forever?
Possibly. Hopefully it doesn't become vaporware.
Yeah, but that looks absolutely insane. And then, in an insane move by Sony, next up we had the Sony desktop speakers. Now I will buy a lot of things that Sony will peddle, but if I'm going to put a different sound system, if you're a PC gamer, yes, I do get it. You can connect them to your PS5 or your TV wirelessly. They have wireless charging. They're pretty nice speakers. They're probably £200. I would probably just buy a Sony soundbar instead.
Yes.
But then part of me is like, they do look pretty cool. Yeah, nice. But then I'm like, that wasn't even the weirdest Sony decision. So, penultimately on the PlayStation Direct, we have the 20th anniversary of God of War. Will it be a remaster? Will it be a remastered trilogy?
That would
Will we be able to play those games on the PlayStation 5 finally?
I would hope so.
We can play on the PlayStation 5 with a brand new God of War controller to celebrate 20 years of one of Sony's biggest franchises.
And every time I think about that fact, I do turn to dust ever slightly more.
Yes, I still remember playing God of War pretty much when it came out. 20 years, congratulations. Here's a special edition controller, which looks worse than the last special edition controller they released for God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was interesting choice.
So yeah, and at this point I'm like, oh, Sony, you have really put the bed on this one. But then, like a phoenix from the ashes, if you excuse the pun, what do they finally drop a trailer for?
Oh, what one was it? What was it?
I'm going to let you take this one.
Was it a big grumpy Canadian boy?
Well, it's an Aussie, but...
Finally, Wolverine has actually gotten a trailer. It's been acknowledged that it hasn't disappeared into the ether.
It was everything I wanted as well.
It look good.
Oh, it's early 90s Wolverine. It's violence. It's all my favourite bits of X-Men. It's everything I wanted from an X-Men... Well, it's not even X-Men, is it? It's just Wolverine. It's everything I've wanted since the last time I played X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Which is
the
surprisingly
best
good.
video game based on a terrible movie of all time. That was a hard 18 rated game. And it looks like this could be. Unless they get away with it with the incredible caveat that, oh no, they're not people. They're cyborgs. Because the amount of blood and... new fabled blood technology in this game.
They've specifically developed just a separate bit for how much blood there is, which really shows you how much of the red stuff we'll be spilling.
And it looks like Mystique's in it.
Yes.
I thought it was Sabretooth in the trailer.
I might have missed him. I saw Omega Red, I'm fairly certain. I think
that's where I got confused. I'm not...
could be, to be
haven't
fair.
got the deepest knowledge of Wolverine, but I did notice at the end of Sentinels.
Yes.
And I was like, oh...
I really hope they have like the active like damage modelling and regen that they had in Origins.
There was a bit where they kind of show his face regenning.
Nice.
And the kind of skin regrowing over his adamantium skull. Oh, please don't mess it up. Please don't mess it up. It looks so good. It's quite strange that, once again, seemingly following the tradition of Wolverine, they have an Aussie playing a Canadian. So we got Liam McIntyre, who, to be honest, really seemed into it.
Yeah.
It was like they had a good bit of trailer, then they had some talk with the developers, the lead actor. Looks like it's all been mocapped, so like it looks really good.
I'm really hopeful for it, because if they keep like some of the fluidity from like the combat that we know they can do from Spider-Man, because it's made by Insomniac.
Yeah.
I mean, just then, let him climb up walls with his claws, let him decap people, make it a bit more spicy. Bosh. I mean, surely, as long as it's relatively open world, or at least sandboxy. If it's
it's like they've said there's going to be multiple locations. So they've listed Japan and the Canadian wilderness.
Okay, so yeah, maybe more sandboxy kind of.
I suppose it's probably going to be like maybe 2 or 3 big areas.
That makes more sense than like all of New York.
Yeah, yeah, because I feel like you're probably going to get Japan, Canada, and then probably some kind of prison.
Yeah,
where they're probably holding the X-Men. And I wonder if we're going to kind of go like to the start of the X-Men 98 cartoon, if you remember that, when basically Wolverine helps break out. Oh God, Rogue at the start.
Yeah,
I wonder if we're going to like go back, because they have said it's canon to the Spider-Man PS4, PS5 game, but not anything else, isn't it?
Yeah, which means hopefully maybe a little bit of crossover. Is that maybe?
Yeah, I think a little bit of crossover. It's just it's hard because it's a shame that's the only kind of official licensed Marvel game, because there's so much more they could do with it. Like imagine like a kind of cooperative one, just Wolverine and Deadpool. The next game is the absolute dream.
That would be baller.
But I reckon there'll probably be a mission where like Spider-Man and Miles Morales turn and go, oh hi, I'm Spider-Man. Can you help me do this stealth mission? We'll go, no, no, I can't. Actually, I wonder if there will be any stealth missions, or stealth is optional.
I mean, you'd imagine optional, because Wolverine like doesn't do anything without screaming.
Stealth, no one's left alive.
They can't report it if they can't move.
But yeah, I thought that was a very, very positive PlayStation Direct. I think a lot of people didn't like it, but you can't please them all.
Yeah, we got proof that Wolverine hasn't disappeared up its own bum completely, so
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I have realised how long we have gone on in the news. Not a lot of news this week. 1 hour later, we are going into our Reddit story this time.
1 hour later.
So this one is themed about how gaming is getting too expensive. My wife has found this story from Reddit. under the relationship advice section.
Always
Always good. So, story reads, my fiance, 25, male, spent our entire savings, which we both were saving for our wedding and honeymoon, to buy a gaming PC. What's worse is that ever since he got the PC, he has absolutely ignored me, 27 female. He has absolutely forgotten I exist in his life.
Oh.
My fiance and I got engaged in December last year. In January this year, we both decided to save money every month for our wedding and honeymoon. In 6 months, we've saved $8,000. That's very good. Last month, my fiance's best friend bought a new gaming PC, so even my fiance wanted to buy one. So he asked me, but I denied it because we both already had laptops. I told him he can play games in the laptop that he already has. He repeatedly kept asking if he could buy a PC, and I finally agreed to it. Now I regret it so badly. Here we go. So after a week, the PC finally came, and with the new PC, a new table and chair was also delivered. Well, duh.
You got to accessorise these things.
Apparently, he'd ordered a gaming chair and table as well. Well, that tracks. That night, I asked him how much it all cost, and he said, and he was a little hesitant to tell me. After a while, he told me I was distraught when I heard he had spent our entire savings of $8,000 to buy the PC. Ooh. We had a very big argument that night, and I scolded him for spending all our savings because that savings contained not only his money but my money as well, and we were saving it for our wedding. After everything I told him, his final reply was, I will earn it all back soon. I don't trust those words at all. There's still quite a lot of this story as well.
Mine Bitcoin or something.
I thought anything worse than this couldn't happen at this moment, but it has. It's been about 2 weeks since he got the new PC, and since then, my fiance hasn't got up from his new chair. Ever since he got the PC, he hasn't even seen my face. The only time he talks to me is when he is hungry. He calls me and tells me to get him something to eat and drink. I call him to watch TV. He denies it, saying he's busy. I call him to sleep together. He denies it and says he'll sleep later. His sleep schedule is not good. That's not the words. He plays games the whole night and sleeps at 5 a.m. and wakes up at 2 p.m. What does he do for work? Actually, yeah. No, we can't really. He's asleep when I'm awake, and he's awake when I'm asleep. For the past 2 weeks, I've been so lonely it feels like I'm at home alone and nobody's to even talk to. He's ignoring me so much, I think he's absolutely forgotten I exist in his life. I honestly feel like his waitress nowadays, because from the past 2 weeks, the only interaction we both have is him asking for food and water and me giving it to him. See, at first this was quite funny. Now it's sounding quite depressing.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, not going with the gender roles here, but that just seems even worse because he's a man going, woman, bring me food.
I must have sandwich.
He's also 100% stopped doing all the house chores. For the past 2 weeks, I've been the only one doing all the house chores. It's getting very hard for me to do it all alone. We used to share our responsibilities and do all the house chores together. But the past 2 weeks, he hasn't even taken care of himself. He's barely even brushing his teeth and taking a bath, let alone do the house chores. What is he playing? It's Dota, isn't it? Also, he's actually supposed to be working from home. There it is. But ever since the PC arrived, he hasn't even touched his laptop to work, and he hasn't even seeing his phone to check if somebody had called, texted him anything regarding work. I'm now genuinely afraid he might lose his job.
Yeah, probably.
Everything that is happening right now is so bad. I called my parents and told them about it last night. They had almost nothing to say. Maybe their game is like... I'm thinking of calling his parents tonight and telling it to them, and maybe they can knock some sense into him. I honestly don't know what else I could do. I would burn that PC. It'd be nice if someone suggested something about this. Thank you very much for reading this, and thank you much for your comments and suggestions.
Good heavens.
Top comment. First off, stop catering to him and giving him food and water. Tell him to turn the computer off for 10 minutes and talk to you. 2 weeks is mad.
That is pretty mad.
Somebody's also like, reboot, unplug, change the password. Yeah,
Get a
basically
virus.
people are saying he definitely does not have a job.
I know.
Also, there's a real PC person in here saying, my monitor, which is the Acer Predator 235 and is top of the line, sans 5K, costs less than 3K. My gaming PC, which at the time was the best graphics available, was $2,000. What did he buy? Again, not the language.
Big box of cake.
Another comment, I kind of wanted to post the specs. Somebody's like, all that just to play Minecraft.
The texture packs.
Oh, no one can... I'm trying to find what game he's been playing. Oh, I don't think anyone knows what the game he's been playing is.
Playing as Doja Cat on Fortnite.
Oh, I don't think we're going to get an answer. If I've managed, there's a lot of comments on this one, as you can imagine. If we get a comment by the next time, I will sift through them and try and find the answers.
That's mental.
8K gaming PC setup. It must be pretty sick.
I reckon. He must be pretty sick now as well.
Yeah, it's fine. I hope that person's still alive. Or maybe they're like some from Black Mirror. They just become the PC. Maybe. Have you seen an episode of Black Mirror when he's like playing that Lemmings game?
No.
Oh, watch that. Everyone watch that episode of Black Mirror. It's dark if you're over 18. But on to the main topic of... How quick do we get to our main topic this time?
An hour and 3.
Not bad.
Skills.
Yes, so the main question at the moment, is gaming too expensive these days?
For that guy, yeah.
Yeah, 8K on a PC is expensive. See you all next week. But no, so basically this is kind of coming off the back of the biggest news, which is basically just outshone everything else, where Games Pass is going up 50%.
Yes, it is not welcome news, especially as I've also said that Game Pass exclusive discounts are getting shelved as well. You're not getting that. You're getting more reward points instead. Cool.
So there is going to be various levels of Games Pass. There is the basic B version, which is like 20 games in it, isn't it? Like Halo, Master Chief Collection, Fallout 4,
Yeah, like
Forza 1.
curated stuff.
Basically, not a lot. Then you have the next one up, which is everything except day one exclusives, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
And then you have Big Boy Games Pass, which is now $29 in America. Mm-hmm. But I feel this story has been developing over the past fortnight, because I got an email saying mine will not go up.
Nice.
Mine's staying at $22.99 a month.
Yeah. See, mine for some reason had been... Because my Xbox All Access thing ended, so I then had to just get the separate subscription, and it was $14.99.
Yeah.
Now mine is going up to 22 something.
Yeah, so I guess we're all going up to 22. We'll go back to the Xbox All Access in a bit, because that's actually quite a good thing, which is also now dead. Like many good things we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, so now Games Pass is essentially $22.99 a month if you want everything, which, to be honest, if you are paying for Games Pass, you're probably going to want everything, because historically on this podcast, most of the time at the start we go, what have you been playing this week? It's something from Games Pass.
Yeah. And like we said, this year has just been like on an absolute tear when it comes to day one releases.
But I feel like most things, it's non-sustainable. Because they've been putting every single big Microsoft release on their day one.
Yeah.
We've had 2 massive games every month, at least.
Yeah.
Which, if they carry that on for $22.99, I think I disagree with a lot of people on this. I think $22.99 a month isn't bad.
It's still pretty good, really.
If you're hammering it like we are.
Yeah.
For anyone less casual, it's...
Yeah, especially when I think the top tier of PlayStation is
16,
yeah,
something like that.
So
it's one of those things, we are a bit loose on the price of stuff because it's best not to look.
Yeah, if I can go, it's about this and it's more, and I don't
it's
know.
Like, I see something from my account go PlayStation, I'm like,
it's fine.
It's alright. Like, I am quite happy to pay for things like that. Like, I have a lot of the subscription services.
Yeah.
You know, I have Netflix, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But it all kind of comes down to the value and the use you get out of them.
Yeah. Effectively, the more of them you play and the more often, you know.
But if you're only jumping on there periodically to, like, play online, which I think you can do with the second tier one, but then also with the second tier one, I don't think any Call of Duties are now included.
No.
Which probably a lot of people probably pay for Games Pass to play Call of Duty online. You know, even when the next Black Ops comes out, probably a lot of people will have Games Pass for that reason, which is, I think, what happened a lot when they kept doing, like, the first month, 99p, new Call of Duty come out, people to jump on, do that month, hammer it, jump off.
Yep. And it's, I think I read something along the lines of that Call of Duty, I don't know if it was on the last one or in general, they have lost a lot of money through sales because of Games Pass.
Yeah, which is kind of obvious, like, you know, the digitalisation of everything for a majority of the people now. ourselves included, like for better or worse, there's probably a lot of games I would have pre-ordered, but I'm not because they're on Games Pass.
100%, yeah.
Like, but it also means I've discovered a lot more games. Like, I wouldn't have touched Claire Obscure Expedition 33 with a barge pole.
Same, yeah.
Like, a turn-based RPG. It's like, nah, that looks artsy rubbish.
Yeah,
I'm not paying however much that is. And then it was on Games Pass, starts to build the hype.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of companies, it's a good way to get their game out. Like, Vampire Survivors probably would have never touched it.
Yeah, it's a really good way to give something a go that you maybe don't want to commit to, or go, I'm not paying 40 quid for this if I don't
Black
like
Ops
it.
7, probably wouldn't play it, but it's going to be on Games Pass, and we will, in a future podcast, be discussing the full campaign of that game. We are going to put ourselves through it.
They'll do it, so you don't have to.
Really looking forward to that one. Whose idea was that? It was fine. But yeah, I still think Games Pass does have good value for money.
I think so, yeah.
But it definitely does seem like we are on the greedy generation.
Yes. I think my take on it is it's a combo of two things. One, they've been hemorrhaging money when it comes to actual like hardware sales and anything else, and they know their money comes from Games Pass, so now people are hooked, crank it up a bit. And also, it's interesting that comes right on the heels of the X-Rog getting its actual release.
Yeah.
Where more people are going to need to have, well, guess what? The top tier to be able to do the Xbox Anywhere thing.
Yeah.
So maybe they're thinking, oh, this might get a load more people because of the portability and the handheld nature of it. We might get some more sales. But then we want to make sure people get the top tier of Games Pass.
So essentially, if you buy the X-Rog, you have to pay that $22.99 a month.
Yeah, you need the big
get
one
out.
to be able, because otherwise you can't do the streaming, you can't do the
Which,
Xbox
because I
Anywhere.
think we could kind of stick on Games Pass for the entire episode, it's just kind of the jumping off point, is the cost of new hardware these days.
Mental.
So, thrown it back, both me and Dan, unbeknownst to each other, when we first bought our Xbox Series X's, we both bought them on Xbox All Access because £500 when you're working, running a house, feeding yourself, etc., is quite a lot to pull out of your pocket.
It's several monies.
It's many monies. That's like many hours of toiling in the fields.
Yes.
And but with Xbox All Access, it was £29 a month for the console and Games Pass for like 2 or 3 years. I forget which one it was.
So you get your access to Game Pass Ultimate, you get the console, you sort of pay it off in chunks and get all that, and it was like, oh yeah.
No interest, was there?
Yeah, it was baller. It was well
It was
good.
a really good deal. Can't get it anymore.
Nope, all gone.
Doesn't exist. I think they've had it for quite a long while. I think I actually bought mine from Game.
Same.
Yeah, actually, we bought it randomly at the same time. We both got it with Diablo 4,
Yeah, which I still have
which
not
neither of
played.
us have played. And it was like, well, I can get it with, was it FIFA or
Yes.
Diablo? And it's like, well, I'm getting Diablo.
I'm not going to play either of these, but I'd rather not have FIFA, please.
So that was a really good deal. But now, we were both quite intrigued by the X-Rog.
Yeah.
But then the pricing came out. It's like, you can have the poor person version for $600, or you can have the big boy version for $1,000.
Big lad.
I'm like, but the Steam Deck's like, and then the Steam Deck was like, yeah, we got an autumn sale. You can have ours for $350. It's like, ooh, yes, lesser hardware, but that's much lesser money. You could nearly buy 3 Steam Decks for one X-Rog.
Yeah.
Which is madness.
I have seen, I don't know if it's just where I'm looking or maybe they've adjusted things, but I think at the minute, at least on Very, you can get the standard because all the big ones sold out of pre-orders.
That's the crazy thing, yeah.
Comes out next week.
Yeah.
Base unit, $499, Big Lad, $799 on there, which is significant.
It's a lot of monies
Yes.
to play something handheld you could play on a big telly,
Yeah.
but it is very cool.
It does look great. And I think the base one they're saying is similar to Steam Deck, or at least the base Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And the other one has got redonkulous
But it'll
specs.
theoretically run everything on Games Pass.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, actually.
And it makes me worried about how expensive the inevitable Steam Deck 2 is going to be, because they're making a lot of noise about that.
they're basically waiting to see what everyone else is going to do, then just come out one better, aren't they?
Yeah, and I reckon that's probably going to be, if it's under £1,000, it's going to be by like 5p, probably.
I reckon they'll undercut. I reckon they will instinctively undercut by about £100.
I mean, if they do, I'm getting it.
And I think, it's going to be, it's turning into a bit of an arms race. Because the thing is, with consoles, historically, console prices have gone down over time. But now we live in a crazy world where consoles are going up in value. Which is mad, because essentially you might as well have bought a Switch 2 on launch day because they're now more expensive. And we've had price rises for both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
And the Switch 1.
Yeah.
Perfectly sensible.
Which is mad. So all the consoles have gone up in price rather than down. So normally you'll go, well, I'll get one in the future when they're cheaper. It's like, well, you might as well just get one now because it's going to get more expensive. I know there's tariffs and everything else to consider, but I just want to buy myself a games console and play my games.
Yep.
Oh, and woe betide you. I'm going to really start going now. Woe betide you want one with a disc drive because you can pay some more money for that.
Yeah, that really bothers me immensely.
You're going to have the weird PS5, which doesn't have a disc drive.
Oh, do you want the Pro? Oh, cool. That's all this extra money.
Oh, yeah, and the Pro versions.
Oh, have you got discs there? Yeah. Oh, you'll need this as well. The special hat.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, so consoles are really expensive now. Are getting more expensive. But people are still buying them.
Yep.
The PlayStation 5 is the most profitable console Sony have ever put out.
Which is mental.
Because at the end of the day, we all do have a fair degree of FOMO.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when there was that scarcity at first. It then made people go like, I wasn't going to get one, but now I want to go on a wait list.
Or when they're like, yeah, this game's out, it's new. And you're like, oh, it is new.
Want.
And even down to accessories now, controllers are expensive.
And mental.
I'm
not going to throw them at the wall anymore. They're too expensive.
No, I ain't broke a controller since the 360 days. I can't afford to replace them anymore.
Yeah, it's mental.
And also, I am an absolute sucker for limited edition controllers, but they look cool. But yeah, a controller now is £75, I think, for a PS5 controller.
Yeah.
I think that's what the new God of War one was, which I may have pre-ordered. Yeah, so that's insane.
Yeah, it's completely unhinged.
And then games. So, regardless of the politics of it, the new Battlefield, when it came out, was in theory recommended retail price of $69.99.
Nice, but not really.
No.
Or was it Shadow Edition? How much was that?
$99.99.
Oh yeah.
The digital exclusive collector's edition was £30 more for some digital content.
Yeah. Not even something you get a nice case in and can go, ah.
Day one digital exclusive or digital pre-orders get in the absolute bin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pre-order this game digitally. Well, it's not going to sell out, is it? I'm not going to pre-order your game. This is the problem now. I'm not going to pre-order your game.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to pre-order Jack.
You can do a pre-download. That's cool, but why?
Sometimes that works.
No, very true.
Day one patch of 1 million gig.
There's no scarcity. Why pre-order a digital game?
It's not a collector's edition if it's digital collectibles.
Yeah.
It's not like one of those little pictures they were selling years ago.
Oh, the NFTs.
It's not an NFT of Battlefield, is it?
No. My fungibles. Help.
And then the problem is, another reason, especially, we are just going to rag on Battlefield 4. I am excited to play, but not day one because it won't work.
No, absolutely not.
There's no chance in hell that's going to work on day one. That will be broken.
Can you remember with Modern Warfare 2, basically, the problem was we didn't think we'd need that much server space, so there was 2 servers on.
It's even when Helldivers 2 first started to really gain traction. It was we can't get enough servers for Helldivers. You just have to wait. It's okay, cool.
There's not enough bits and bytes out there. We got some food.
But then again, they did not expect that coming.
No, to be fair.
Then hopefully EA will. But that's going to be patched to all. It's going to be patched to death.
Yes.
And that's the problem now with a lot of games. Our game's out, it's broken. Yeah. Ubisoft as well, especially.
Oh, Ubisoft.
I'm not rushing out to buy a game which is new now because of that massive price tag. But then we are then seeing the kind of growth of the budget-friendly games.
Yeah, which have There have been some of the ones that have held our interest more.
We're top end of the spectrum. We're talking like the 40. Was it £40 Claire Obscure? Not a really bought a copy.
I think, yeah, someone like 35 to 40 quid.
Yeah, 35 to 40 quid. Same as Helldivers 2. Vampire Survivors was like 2 pence. It's like £3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Plus DLC for like 125.
It's mental. And the amount of hours I put into that is frankly unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I will, probably won't. I'll just keep coming back to Battlefield 4 because it released the day this does. 8 maps at launch. 8 maps, 70 quid. It's basically like a lot of these companies just like bend over, take it. It's like, and I think it's going to get to the point where people are just going to be like, the thing is, even with like Switch 2 games, they're now 70 quid. And I understand it's been a long while. We are old men. We were queuing up to buy games many years ago. We were buying games we shouldn't have bought back then. But like, I remember when every game was like 40 quid.
Yep.
Platinum release 20 quid.
I remember being so hyped for Hitman Blood Money and being like, ooh, it's 34 quid. That's expensive. 34. That's a cheap game now.
But then again, you can look at it from the other end of the scale. Like I remember when Turok was released for the N64 and it was 75 quid. And I think like looking back like on some of the like Argos adverts, some of like the SNES games were very expensive.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
And there's consoles we never had when we were young because like how much was like I'm trying to think of when they really a Neo Geo.
Yeah.
Like if you watch on YouTube, once again, comment down below if you knew anyone who had a Neo Geo back in the day.
Never seen one in the wild.
They were like £600, weren't they? In like
something mental, yeah.
The 90s, which is like well over £1,000.
I always find that funny when I've got like an old Mega Drive game where the box still has the original sticker from like Electronics Boutique or whatever the hell, and it's like 70 quid for a Mega Drive game. Like, what? Huh? No.
But I think it's just more the norm kind of settled around the 40 quid.
Yeah.
And then it slowly trickled up. Oh, that sounded nasty.
Yeah.
And then we kind of... the old men just sitting here moaning as our bones just crack and break. It's just... It seems like they're just trying to take people for a ride, and a lot of people are. I feel like more people are deciding to jump off.
Mm.
Because then you can go, well, I'm not going to play modern games anymore. I'm going to play retro games. I'm going to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
but not on the original disc, because that costs £500.
It's well over £500 now for a copy. Because, I think you can go back. Gaming shouldn't be as expensive as it is now.
Yes.
And more, I'm lucky enough to be able to afford to collect retro, modern, stuff like that. But what I'm finding now is I am more likely to wait for a game to be released and pick it up cheaper. Because with a lot of games now, if you avoid the first couple of weeks, people will just shut up about them.
Yeah.
Like, go on TikTok at the moment, you'll see a lot of Silent Hill F footage.
Yeah.
Give it 2 weeks, that'll be dead. They'll be on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I think people's attention span is so short now. So come Black Friday, which we are merely weeks away from, there's going to be a lot of games that have come out this year which will dip in price so much.
Yeah. And these days, people's attention spans are a lot shorter.
Yeah. Which
which
we probably aren't helping with our coming up to 90 minutes of podcast today.
But sort of harkening back to the start of the episode, Dan alluded to the fact that I've not done my game of shame for this current load because System Shock 2 is about 35 quid and it's a remaster, not a remake. I mean, you can get System Shock 1 remade, actually looks quite nice. System Shock 2 remaster, you may as well just jab sticks in your eyes. It's horrendous. And I'm not paying 35 quid for a headache. If I want that, I'll go outside and look at the world. That's free at the moment. But
I reckon we're going to see more people regressing.
In gaming?
I think people just go and sit in the woods and hit sticks together. No, I think more people will just go, do you know what? I'm not going to bother getting the new game. I will go and play Battlefield 2142. I will go and play a bit of retro. Like, you can pick up an Xbox 360 now with a barrel load of games for dirt cheap. Xbox One physical discs now are dirt cheap. I will buy a lot of the new games when they're dirt cheap in the future, because that's the entire argument in a minute. A lot of things are moving digital and you do not own jack.
Yep. It can just get to a point where they decide for some reason, like how many things maybe from EA's back catalogue are suddenly going to disappear?
How many things of EA's back catalogue are super cheap physically? This is the thing with a lot of these big franchise things. Yes, you are paying 70 quid for this year's Call of Duty. That will be in CEX this time next year for a tenner. Absolute tops.
Yep.
Gaming is a bit of a throwaway culture now. When you get the big franchises, they will come and they will go very quickly. And I think the thing is, you just have to... The price is your FOMO.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. If you are patient enough and you'll wait a little while, you will get that game dirt cheap. For example, with Hogwarts Legacy, it's just been added to Gamespass. I picked up a physical copy for the PS5 for a tenner.
And
we just waited, and I will be more likely to wait for the Game of the Year editions of games, the complete editions.
Yeah, or when they like inevitably now get put onto Gamespass a little bit down the line, and then if you've already got your sub...
Especially when game companies are like, here's our new game. Here's its DLC you can buy 2 weeks later for 20 quid. I'm looking at you, Nintendo, that new Pokemon. I'm still bitter about that.
It's on the cart, but no, we can't find it until you pay more money.
Oh, when you start to realise that with the 360, like DLCs, you're like, here's DLC. Cool, I've paid my £10. Download. Downloaded. Doot. Oh, it was a kilobyte. I can't even feel what they're called now because nothing's that small. But
Random
yeah,
thing that just popped into my head when I was looking at the Xrog on Very, you can still get bundles of the 360 on Very.
what?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it properly because I was like, what in the goddamn? But yeah, you can like get little sets of stuff.
That's actually really
Xbox
tempting for like
360.
sealed.
Yeah.
Let's keep a sealed Xbox 360 for a rainy day. That's mad.
It is very peculiar. I looked at it and thought I was having a bit of a moment, but
yeah, I feel like that's where I'm going to kind of end this one with is essentially you are putting a price on your FOMO. And I'm not going to say I'm not remotely not guilty of this. When GTA 6 comes out, I will pay whatever they ask that day it comes out. But basically, it's just what you're willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be able to go and buy a physical copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's what I'm saying. We're not just ragging on modern gaming. Just gaming today is probably too expensive, and it's slowly starting to... I don't think it will ever price people out, but I think it will price people out of day one.
yeah, it's going to have to make you develop a bit more patience.
Yeah. And like I said, one day maybe I will own a copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but until then, I'm happy playing my limited run version because, as I have said for nearly 5 years now, just keep playing the game. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. If you can afford it, if you enjoy it, just play what you want, even if that is Fortnite. Now we've added V-Bucks to Games Pass every month.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Forgot
Right.
that.
Enough negativity, and we're coming into we're about 90 minutes in now, aren't we?
I think so.
We're going to go to a couple of questions from you viewers. So remember, every fortnight, just a few days before we record the podcast, we'll stick up on the socials questions you've been burning to ask me all these years. So first one comes from Forever Arcade, who says, hello mate. Hello mate. Which classic console would you like to see made into a mini console, and what games would you like to have on it? So I actually really enjoyed the mini consoles. I have the mini NES, I have the mini SNES, I have the much hated by most people mini PS1, which if you crack is really, really good.
Not that you do that.
No, I've heard if you crack your PlayStation 1 mini, it's fantastic. Same as the SNES. I've heard it, they're all just supposedly fantastic for hacking and adding extra games. But yeah, I think they're really good. Because they're a great way, once again, accessibility, it allows people to play a lot of games cheaply, easier.
Am I right in saying, like, the Mega Drive Mini they did, you can also just still plug old carts into? Or am I completely making that up?
I think you're thinking of one of the terrible ones when Blaze kept making those terrible ones.
That might be it, yeah.
That is awful, that console. I have one in a cupboard somewhere that's really rubbish.
It's in the dark, we're not allowed to look at it.
Yeah, it's awful. The sound's awful. The graphics are wrong. It runs slow. It's terrible.
Graphics are wrong.
Dark age of game. They are. Trust me. One day I'll show you. It's awful. But yeah. So
Neo Geo, just because I've never played one.
I think they have got. I know it's a mini PC engine. I think they did a Neo Geo Gold a couple of years ago, which was like a handheld and console version, which could run original cartridges.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a really good one, actually. I'm going to go with a really obvious one. Don't know why it hasn't been done yet. Dreamcast. Now I said out loud, I could tell why. It's licensing.
Oh, yeah.
I want my Crazy Taxi of my Bad Religion and Offspring.
Yeah.
I want my Sonic Adventure with running down the street.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Want my Daytona. Want my Sega Rally. Want all my licensed games which have lots of
Was Sonic Adventure, that's the one, or at least like Sonic Adventure 2 was the one where Tails had like a big purple mech suit or some nonsense, wasn't it?
Might be Sonic Adventure 2. I just remember it's like
that.
the Sonic Adventure always starts when you're running through the scene is, running along at the speed of just some fantastic Sonic music. Yeah, mini Dreamcast would be pretty sick.
That would be baller. Bruce Stinger again.
Oh, I'm trying to think what other games. House of the Dead would have to be on it, but then you'd need House of the Dead and Sega Fishing. Just have a light gun and a fishing rod peripheral. And a steering wheel peripheral for Sega, Rally and Daytona.
Would be excellent.
Yeah, Neo Geo one would be good though, because value for money on that would be really high.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of our picks on that one. Once again, if you're watching on YouTube, please comment down below which mini console you'd like to see which doesn't exist. There's definitely some other ones, but time is against us now. So next one question comes from... Oh, it's really hard to pronounce. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Is Anne and Fakra121 says, hello Dan. Hello. Hello, sorry how to pronounce your name. Dan, what's your favourite PS3 game and which do you want most from the ones you don't own?
The PS3 wasn't really a brilliant era for like banging titles.
Favourite PS3 games? See, I think we were both we're both trying to look at the PS3 section.
Like jog our memory.
Oh, God of War 3 is very strong.
Arkham Asylum for me.
Did you play that on the PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
odd.
was baller.
Arkham Asylum was very good. I'm trying to think of places. I think probably some of the Ratchet and Clanks were very, very strong on PS3.
Yeah.
See, the PS3, it has a weird place in my kind of heart because it's so many of the games that were on there at the time I didn't play at the time because I was way more 360.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there wasn't as many good exclusives.
Yeah. Valid.
But and as we said in our podcast, was it the last podcast? The amount of franchises that died in that console is absolutely insane.
Basically, if you had a PS3 title, you knew your end was near.
Yeah, the PlayStation 3 will never have still looking at it, the kind of deepest place in my heart because I didn't own one at the time of release. And so far, I've gone back and played a lot of good games on there, but a lot of them are just games I played on other consoles, to be honest. But I think PS3 game I'd love to have would be Siren Blood Curse.
Ah, yeah.
Because that's a very good horror that's kind of missing from my collection.
Cracking title.
Yeah, especially because I've been going through the PS3 Platinums this year. There's not many PS3 games I can think off the top of my head I don't have. I know I don't have the God of War Collection 2, which was the 2 God of War games on PSP.
Nice. Was that Chains of Olympus and
The other one.
else?
Yeah. That's a very good game. I think the HD remasters is set for the Silent Hill one on PS3 were very good, but the Silent Hill one can absolutely get in the bin because that's so wrong. The music's wrong and it's janky and I hate it. But no,
I think you're the only person I've ever seen that owns Wheelman.
Oh, the Vin Diesel game. That's a weird game.
Top title, I'm sure.
If you're looking for a budget game, to me you go, what the? You just play that, super cheap, really good one to pick up. But yeah, comment down below your favourite PS3 game. I am absolutely drawing a blank, which is terrible for an entire generation.
It was very much of a kind of... I think maybe because it was kind of a transitionary time, really, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Like, it was very early online stuff. Yeah.
I really enjoyed Heavenly Sword, actually.
Never actually played that one.
And the Resistance games. Just throw it back to last episode.
Actually,
Resistance, good stuff.
Yep.
What I didn't enjoy was Haze. The Halo Killer from PlayStation.
I was so hyped for that, and then it just absolutely fell on its own face.
Killzone 2 was good as well. Actually, now we're starting to actually think of some games. Basically, if you want to hear games we enjoyed on PlayStation 3, go back to the last episodes. We basically gushed about all the franchises, which were really good. Yep. But I've left the best question till last, which I think we could probably do a whole podcast on. So we'll try and keep it short. We'll go with a really obvious answer.
Is this about eggs again?
No, we haven't got... This is a genuine question.
That was a genuine question.
So this is from Maverick Soul M3M. As someone who struggles for time these days and wouldn't get to game nearly as much as you would like, what are some of your top picks for pick up and drop games? The games you can drop into, have an hour of fun with, then drop.
Well. Vampire Survivors, clearly.
Vampire Survivors
really.
Is at top. For the first 100 or 200 hours, you're going to be alive 20 minutes, half hour tops.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. Cheap game. Gamespass game. Cannot recommend it enough. Half an hour is enough. Mobile version even.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic game. I would rebuttal with Balatro.
Oh yes.
Half an hour, 4 days, any amount of time. You can just play a couple of rounds of Balatro. Yeah. You can play it mobile as well. You can play on anything.
Inscription. That's a good one.
Haven't played that one.
It's spooky and weird, but it's very fun. It starts off almost kind of escape roomy, but mostly doing turn-based card combat, and then it goes weird. There's a whole other something peculiar. If you know, you know. I won't spoil it because it suddenly takes a left turn. So if you do get to play it.
Obviously, throughout the podcast as well, we have had, for the first run of 10 episodes, we had a short game you could play every week. Mm-hmm. We kind of ran out of them for a bit. So we will bring that back in the future. But I feel this could jump into a whole episode of short games because we both have very short attention spans. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we just want to play a game for like half an hour, 20 minutes, and we have a big list.
Yes.
So yeah, probably maybe the next episode or the next few episodes we will do a episode on games to play if you haven't got time to game.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, actually.
But speaking of time, we really need to skedaddle. We are a good 90 minutes in, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you stuck around until the end to hear me say skedaddle really badly. If you did enjoy this episode, please rate it. If you are listening online, please follow because we do new episodes every other Friday at 5 p.m. We are a fortnightly podcast because we have no time. That's why we have to speak this fast. If you do have no time to listen to it, just hit that ×2 speed. It will really fly by. If you want to watch the video version and see what t-shirts we're wearing, because we have fantastic senses of style, follow us on YouTube at Dan and Gamesman, which I have new videos every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus content throughout the week. If you are a gaming fan, there will be something there you'll love. If you're listening there, you can always comment down below as well. But like I said, time is getting on, so for now, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And as always, keep playing the game. See y'all soon.